Alright, so hello everybody. This is going to be my second video on this channel, or third technically. But yeah, sorry if I look a bit chopped. My face is bloated. It's a weekend, who cares? I haven't shaved. But yeah, basically this started my freshman year. Some girl accused me of being a sexist. And basically this was freshman year. I'm completely different. I'm not a sexist, by the way. You're gonna see later on in the story I wasn't being sexist. And basically I took the sculpture class, right? And, it was just a bunch of freshmen, right? Freshmen on freshmen. Pause, hold on. But yeah, basically, I took the sculpture class, and I had one of my friends in it that I knew in middle school, right? So we sat together and we just started talking about stuff, right? And to me, I say, like, the B word, and I say hoe a lot, right? But whenever I say that, I talk about dudes using that too, right? So I didn't think it was nothing bad. Or the same way I talk about girls, like, oh, that dude's like such a bitch for doing that. The same way I'm like, oh, that girl's such a bitch for doing that, right? Because I think they're equal, right? I'm like, dude, it goes both ways. Like, dudes can be hoes, girls can be hoes, like, whatever, right? But I was saying it in class, right? And basically, this girl behind me overheard me, and I was calling some dude a hoe, right? And I don't think she heard that the context. She just heard the word hoe. So all of a sudden she's like, you can't pull shit and whatever, right? She starts like calling me out in class for using the word hoe. She's like, oh, you're so fucking like egotistical and whatever. She's like, you don't pull anything, and she just starts calling me chopped and whatever, right? Or that's basically what she's saying, right? And then basically I don't really think much about it. I like let it go. I'm like, what's whatever, right? I don't say nothing. I'm like, I think I told her like shut the fuck up in class. This was freshman year, right? But I'm a completely different person now. And basically it moves on to DMs, right? Because I post a story and I'm calling a dude out, and I say the word hoe in the thing and bitch, right? Because I used to beef a lot in freshman year with like people, and but now I don't. I'm very much a pacifist, so don't come looking for me. But basically I was beefing with some dude, and I called him like a hoe and a bitch on a story, right? Or I forgot what he did. I think he was calling me a hoe and a bitch, and I responded to him and I called him back the same thing. And basically, I'm like, bro, this dude's so far up his ass. And I was like, fuck this, like, bitch ass hoe, bro. And she responds to my story, and she just starts talking about how I'm a sexist, and about how I'm so entitled and I'm so egotistical and whatever, right? And about how I think that everybody's against me. And I'm like, this is really like a reply to that other fucking dude who was calling me. So, he was saying a bunch of shit about me. So I was like, how am I thinking that everybody's against me? I'm just saying that this dude's a bitch and a hoe, right? And so basically this girl just starts going off on me on DMs. I'm gonna show some of the DMs, but I'm not gonna show all of them because she drops names, right? And I drop names too of people who we knew in high school. And basically, she's just going off on me. She calls me like entitled, egotistical, and I just start saying that I'm talking about a dude, and that it's a fucking dumb argument, and if anything it comes off like bad. And in the fucking DM she starts talking about how she doesn't associate with men and whatever. And I think she was trying to say that men are evil. I don't have the original DM, so I only took like a few screenshots of it. But I remember in the original DM she was talking about how men are evil and whatever, or like assholes. And I started, and I was, if anything, I was being an asshole back then too, because I started saying shit back to her, right? After she was calling me like entitled and everything, I started saying shit back, and I'm like, well, it's obvious your family didn't raise you right, because I'm like, how are you gonna be automatically assuming that whenever somebody says the word hoe and bitch that it's a fucking girl, If anything, that's pretty sexist. And I started saying stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, I feel sorry for your parents because they obviously don't know how to raise you. And that's one of my biggest regrets. Even now, I wish I wasn't so rude to so many people, my freshman, sophomore, and even a bit of my junior year, because I was like, I was going through a lot of stuff, and a lot of people were like saying shit to me, and I'd say shit back. But now I'm like, you know what? I just let it blow in the wind. It doesn't matter anymore. But at the time, man, flip you. I was like, flip you, flip your mom, flip your dad, flip your little brother, and yeah, flip your little cousin too. I'm sorry. But yeah, basically, I just started talking about how it's flip her, and then, I started talking about how not all men are evil, and this is another thing. There's no point in arguing with people, Arguing with people is just a waste of time. Just let them believe whatever they want to believe. That's the best advice I could give you, because some people, you're going to disagree with them and it's whatever, But, oh man. Oh, my phone almost died, but okay. But yeah, that's basically the whole story. Here are the screenshots. Boom. Like and sub.